This experiment is an enthalpy change of reaction experiment in which a metal is reacting with an acid. The metal here is magnesium and will react with sulfuric acid. According to this procedure, you have been given two pieces of magnesium ribbon, a shorter one and a longer one, and sulfuric acid labeled Fa3. Now what you are going to do is you are going to make a table in which you have to note the mass of both the magnesium ribbon, the initial temperature of the acid placed in your plastic or polystyrene cup, and the final temperature reached after the reaction is completed. Here you have a polystyrene cup and a beaker. You are supposed to place the polystyrene cup inside the beaker in order for there to be no loss of heat due to conduction. So basically the glass beaker is going to provide insulation to your reaction. If this is not given, you may be given a plastic cup and a plastic beaker. The same procedure will be followed. You place the plastic cup inside the plastic beaker. Now this procedure asks you to weigh the magnesium ribbon and then place 50 cm cube of the sulfuric acid in your polystyrene cup using a measuring cylinder. So let's weigh the magnesium ribbon now. Here we have a weighing balance measuring to 2 decimal places. We place our magnesium ribbon on the weighing balance. Make sure that the initial reading of the balance is 0. When we place our ribbon, it is giving us a mass of 0.11 grams. This is the mass for the shorter piece of magnesium ribbon. Now what we will do, we will also measure the mass of the longer piece of magnesium ribbon at the same time and record them in the table on our practical sheet. This is the longer piece and it is giving us a mass of 0.18 grams. So shorter piece has a mass of 0.11 grams and the longer one has a mass of 0.18 grams. Now let's record this on our practical sheet. The shorter length was 0.11 grams. If the units are written in the table already, you don't need to write units here. And longer length of magnesium ribbon was 0.18 grams. So we have measured both the lengths. Now what we are going to do is we are going to place 50 cm cube of Fa3 in a measuring cylinder and pour it into the polystyrene cup and measure its initial temperature. Here we are pouring Fa3 into the measuring cylinder. We have to take 50 cm cube as stated in our question. So try to be as accurate as possible, setting the lower meniscus at 50 centimeter cube. Then you place this in your polystyrene cup slowly. The next step is to measure the initial temperature of the acid. For that we will use our thermometer. We will place it inside the acid and hold it straight and wait for the rise or fall in temperature to come to a stationary value. So here, as you can see, the initial temperature is 31 degrees Celsius, right?
Focus.
So here you can see it is 31 degrees Celsius. Here we have our shorter piece of magnesium ribbon which we have to place inside our plastic cup. So in order for it to fit in the plastic cup properly, we have to turn it into a small coil and then place it inside the cup so that it immerses completely. So now we're going to place this inside the cup. Very slowly you put it in and it should immerse completely. Now this reaction that is taking place is the reaction of acid with metal and the gas given off is hydrogen gas. Keep stirring the solution so that the heat evolved is evenly distributed in the solution, and very soon you're going to see that the magnesium ribbon will be completely gone. So here the temperature rise is till 37. So initial temperature was 31 and the final temperature for the shorter length magnesium ribbon is 37. Temperature is recorded to 1 decimal place because the least count of a thermometer is to a single degree Celsius. So the least count, because it is 1 degree Celsius, the error has to be half of the least count, which is 0.5. Since 0.5 involves a single decimal place, so all temperatures must be recorded to a single decimal place. Now we will repeat the same experiment with the longer piece of magnesium ribbon and obtain the maximum temperature rise. Now we have completed the experiment with the longer piece as well, and the temperature rise here is still 44. Initial temperature was 31. The maximum temperature rise that has been taken here is 44 degrees Celsius. So we will include these readings in our table. The initial temperature was 31. The maximum temperature rise is 44 degrees Celsius. And this is how you perform an enthalpy change reaction involving the reaction between sulfuric acid and magnesium ribbon, or any metal with acid for that